I was just walking along here. I go by, I look to my left, and there's a turtle walking next to me. I don't think he's our turtle with the missing leg, though. He's got all his legs, but he's probably, or she's probably friends with the one that we saved. It's a little hard to tell, but I think that's a boy. Can't tell for sure. I got a concave in the bottom. It's kind of slopes in like this. That's one way to tell if it's a boy or a girl. Another way is the claws. The boys have bigger claws. He's a heavy little turtle. Got some weight. What have you been eating? Because a box turtle, isn't that so neat how they just close themselves up? Just close themselves up. Most of the time, boxing in this wet weather, it's a little, not wet weather, but I don't know if we had a little bit of rain or if it's just gotten to that time of year where it's really dewy. The ground's very nice and wet, and it always seems to me that you see them moving around a little bit more when things are wet. When it rains really hard, it's obvious to know this because they need to get out and move around. They don't want to stay in one little muddy spot. But even when it's like this, it may be just because it helps. Maybe it's a cooler for them, you know, they're reptiles, so maybe just having that hydration and the dampness of the ground might just you know, make it a more pleasant environment for them to be out in the heat. Now it's not hot out. This is fall, so it's, you know, it's not too hot, not too cold, which is a good temperature for a little turtle to be moving around. And usually these box turtles don't mind too much being picked up. They usually will, after a minute or two, stick their head back out. He hissed at me. He's like, I'm busy, buddy. Walking down the road's not the best thing, though. You should be walking in the grass. You should be walking in the grass, pal. Now, if I knew what direction he was going other than up the road, you would point him in that way, because apparently the turtles are on a mission. They want to go in the one direction that they're going in. And so if you put a turtle back down, you're supposed to put them back down, and like if you cross the road, you cross them on the side of the road in which they were pointed towards. If obviously if that makes sense, if they're not going into danger. And also, if you return a turtle that you've saved, you're supposed to return it to pretty close to the same area where you found it. They have I guess they kind of got a little map in their brains, and they don't like to be put in a new place or a new environment. They just apparently they wonder